You look at her, she looks at me. She got me thinking about her constantly. What's going on, Jerome's Beautiful Wednesday. Happy hump day out there to those who celebrate. It's me and Mrs. Jerome's wedding anniversary today. It's fun. Actually, maybe I shouldn't put that out there because isn't that like a common question to like steal your identity? It doesn't matter. But 14 years. It's a long time to put up with all of this. So Vikings OTAs, 2 days in the books. They got a day off today, then they're back on Thursday. So I feel like there's going to be a couple Vikings at the Wolves game. It's going to be great. Also great is Ivan friggin' Pace Jr. wearing the zero goose egg D'Angelo Russell. So inheriting it from Marcus Davenport. Hopefully he can have a better season than Davenport. Also, I love these new Nike gloves. I mean, they look good. I don't want to say they look like the OJ gloves, but they don't not look like the OJ gloves. You know what I mean? Yeah, but either way, the aesthetic is out of control. I feel, again, NFL allow tinted visors for everyone. I mean, Oakley's your sponsor. Just let him go. Let him go, man. Also, just... I love that Harrison Smith is back. I love that he says he wants to be, he loves playing for Kevin O'Connell. He loves Brian Flores. And I think this defense is going to be something special, man. I legitimately think that this defense is going to surprise a lot of people. Brian Flores is going to bring hellfire and fury down from heavens above. Just bring it, man. Harrison Smith is going to be a big part of it, too. Also a big part. So, Johnny, Mama says life is like a box of chocolates. You never know how many starts you're going to get. Or, I don't know. Like, I feel like McCarthy straddles the line between just being a bit of a doofus and being an absolute dog. I still haven't decided which, but we'll see. Either way, it's like, I mean, this looks like like photos you take of like your kids down at Kmart from way back in the day. Maybe I'm dating myself. Or you go to like what Dayton's would have like the family portraits, awkward family photos. I don't know, man. I don't know. Something I do know is, so first off, again, McCarthy with the smoke tinted visor. It's looking good. Sam Darnold. So I believe in Sam Darnold, but I feel like Sam Darnold also knows that he's the middleman. He is. You don't want to be the guy who follows the guy. You want to be the guy who follows the guy who follows the guy. And Sam Darnold is the guy who follows the guy. Or something like that. But, Sam Darnold, working with the ones, looking sharp. McCarthy with the threes, have the rookie earnest stripes, all that stuff. And Kramer did up a really good piece, talk about Sam Darnold, had some good quotes there, where Darnold, like, he understands the business is the business, and he's not going to shy away from competing for the number one spot, as well as still working with J.J. McCarthy as like a quasi mentor, even though, I mean, Darnold's pretty damn young himself, but he is entering his seventh season, and he understands the pressure of being a high first-round pick, number 3 overall in 2018. And I do think that, Darnold's coming in with a good perspective on things, because he knows he's on a one-year deal. He knows that McCarthy was drafted number 10 overall, the highest quarterback ever taken by the team. And it's so stupid. Like, it's such a douchebag attitude, like Rodgers had with Jordan Love, like Tannehill had with Malik Willis. Like, I'm not here to mentor anyone. It's like, all right, sure, fine, yeah, compete for the job, but also he's still your teammate. I mean, just because you play the same position, he's still your damn teammate, man. And you want to be making all of your teammates better, even if it is a guy who's eventually going to take your job. But Darnold, I like that he's going to compete, as well as he does know his role with McCarthy as well. Also known his role. So Theo Jackson. Alec Lewis, the Athletic. I'll tell you whom. I'll tell you what. Whom I enjoy watching every time we go to one of the Vikings workouts. Theo Jackson, safety, jackhammer, alpha male. Always been under the radar. Played a bit last year, but there's just something about that guy that jumps out every time. Now, Theo Jackson, former University of Tennessee Rocket Top UDFA. Actually, I don't think he was undrafted. But either way, came from the Titans on the Vikings practice squad, has worked his way up, has played some great special teams for Coach Hatt. He's gotten some spot work on defense. And also, you noticed towards the end of last year when the Vikings had a lot of injuries, when Murph got hurt, there was a lot of Theo Jackson on the field. And also, early on in the season, like when a safety was injured, it was Theo Jackson coming in, ahead of Lewis Cine, ahead of Kerryon, my Jayward son, the rookie draft pick last year. So I think that Theo Jackson is really carving himself out a role. And, I mean, the Vikings, I mean, the Vikings had Anthony Harris rise up from undrafted out of Virginia, practice squad guy, special teams guy, then eventually became a starter. Remember, Anthony Harris played on the franchise tag for one season. It's kind of crazy, man. But I think that even in a very crowded safety room, Theo Jackson is a guy that stands out. He brings it every single time he's on the field, and you got to respect that. Also got to respect Justin friggin' Jefferson. So over the weekend, allegedly was in New Jersey, maybe signing a contract at the Wolves business headquarters in New Jersey, maybe. But he posted on the gram him kicking back. That's beautiful. Was that a Honda Pilot? Or, I don't know, maybe he upgraded. Maybe it's an Acura. Don't know. Don't know, man. But JJ, for someone who's in the midst of a major contract negotiation and a guy who should end up as the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, he looks very unbothered, which is kind of good, which means that things are going well. So kind of love that about JJ. Would like to see him back very soon. Actually, I wonder if he's going to be at the game tonight. It'll be good. Speaking of game, Francis Tarkenton had game. Now, Tark was obviously before my time, but just hearing my pops and my grandpa talk about Fran Tarkenton from back in the day, he was a bad man. Like, he invented the mobile quarterback, scrambling, gambling around, chucking it downfield, still doing the damn thing, man. So it's great. But Super 70 Sports, which is a great account, by the way. Like, I'm obviously not a child of the 70s, but it's funny and fun to see like how sports have changed. But they tweeted this. Fran Tarkenton is criminally underrated. That mother was number 1 in all-time passing yards when I was a kid. He's still number 14 all-time, playing despite a 14-game season in an era where he could perform UFC moves on receivers all the way down the field. And if Corbett looked for a flag, he would get punched or something like that. But yeah, it was a different time. It was not a passing league. It was a running league out of the pro set, I formation, and you could basically, I mean, think about like the Raiders in the 70s. You could just assault the receivers going down the field. Quarterbacks often, even good quarterbacks, threw more interceptions than they threw touchdowns. Like the league leader in touchdown passes had like 14. But Tarkenton, when he retired, like he had broken a lot of Johnny Unitas' passing records, and you got to respect that, man. And Fran Tarkenton replied, quite frankly, I think you have a right. Yeah, the pride of Georgia. It's fantastic, man. Third round pick, by the way. Although it was back before the NFL and the AFL had merged, so he was technically the number 29 overall pick, which is kind of funny. Kind of fun, man. Also funny. So John Heyman over at CBS Sports had this great tweet. So Jets videos, Aaron Rodgers says he had 2 options: retire and be RFK's vice president or keep playing football. He wanted to keep playing football. John Heyman tweeted this. Interesting choice here. In one case, he's a surefire loser. In the other, he's RFK's running mate. Implying that it's not going to work out with the Jets. And, hey, dumbest rivalry in sports history. Aaron, somehow, some way, the schedule makers got your ass out of coming back to the House of Pain. But why is this all blurry? I wonder if it was blurry the whole time. The problem with Bigfoot is that he is blurry. I don't know. But also, tonight, something that isn't blurry is coming to focus. Bring ya ass. Target Center, Game 1, Western Conference Finals. I think the Wolves are going to do it. Whoop that ass. Luka who? Kyrie, the earth is round. Shoot. It's going to be good times, man. But there you go. That's it. Vikings Wednesday news dump. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol. Production value.